Hello, welcome to our Spectralis introduction video. Today we are going to show you about the beat matrix and rhythm programming inside Spectralis. Let's begin. First thing we have to do is get a pattern and empty it out so we have a clear slate. So we'll stop this pattern. And let's pick one that we want to empty. So as you see, we are in the pattern selection. And let's pick pattern 8 and see if there's anything there. Okay, we have some sounds there. Let's clear them out. We go here to edit. It's our last dial once we've selected a pattern. Press that. We're at page 1 of 2. We're going to page up. And we're going to initiate. Now our pattern is empty. Let's exit out, and now we have a clear slate of pattern to work with. All our beat matrix is empty, and all the sequencer tracks are empty. Okay, now how do we get to the beat matrix? Turn the machine on right here, Groove Edit. Press this, now you're in the beat matrix. Groove Edit, the first button there. If you look up in your screen, you'll see you're at page 1 of 2 for the part, the kick drum. This dial can cycle you through any of the parts from kick drum all the way through to the percussion number 3. So 1 to 11 of your tracks. Kick, snare, closed, open, clap, high, mid, low, percussion 1, 2, 3. These are all the tracks in the beat matrix. This knob will dial you through those. Another way to select what track you want to edit is to just click the encoder down. On Spectralis, all the encoders are buttons, so you can select kick, for example, any of these other. Let's start with kick. Now, we'll put in some triggers, and then we'll hear it, and we'll modify the sound. So let's drop those in. Here's our kicks. To select a different sound, your VCO is where you go, okay? The VCO knob, you can dial to cycle you through all the different sounds in that category of kick. If you want to go further and say, well, let's not make this a kick, let's make it something else, you press the VCO knob, and now you're in the wave selection menu. Category kick, TR-like, and the actual name of the sample. So let's select it to maybe hip-hop, bass drum Lin number 2, and press it down to select. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you can select any sound from your memory that you've loaded via USB or that comes loaded on your machine. Now we'll exit out of here, back to our kick track in the Groove Edit. There's a kick. Let's go to the snare. Maybe throw a snare in there. Maybe select a different snare. .606 snare. There we go. Okay. Now what else can we do with these sounds? Well, when you're in any of these tracks, anything from kick all the way to synth number 3, you can adjust things like the filter, LFO settings. These are all available. So if you want to put a filter, say on our snare, just select one of these 3, multi-mode, low pass, high pass, or band pass. Let's put a high pass. Here's your cutoff and resonance. So let's bring that cutoff up on the high pass. Turns it almost to a hi-hat sound. Okay, so then we edited the filter. Low pass, high pass, band pass. Let's turn off the filter. In addition to that, you have an envelope to control the filter right under this dial. You have under here, we can select an LFO to modulate the cutoff if you would like. Same thing with the resonance. And under here, we have all our waveforms like we just went over. And here we can adjust the playback forward reverse, the sample start point, the sample start point modulation if you'd like. And we can detune those samples. And these are our controls for the LFO speed, depth, and LFO wave shape. So you have a lot of options to modify the sounds. All right, next thing in the beat matrix, super flexible, is the resolution and the track length. Okay, so we're in our snare part here. And if you notice, it goes from 1 to 16 and cycles back. Same thing with our kick. Let's add, say, the close hi-hats. Click down here, close hi-hat track. We'll add some of these in. So we have some hi-hats. Let's see if we can make this pattern 30-second notes. No problem. As you can see on your Spectralis, you're at page 1 of 2. Page up to page 2 of 2, and every track you can adjust the resolution of the notes, length of the bar, and the number of bars. So let's cycle this to 30-second notes. As you can see, we're moving much faster now. The pattern stays the same, the triggers stay in the same position in the pattern. It's just increased that resolution. So now we have the first 16 and the second 16. First 16, the second 16. So how do we get to the second 16? Well, in this case, the tempo knob becomes a shuttle knob. It allows you to shuttle through the different bars. So we'll just dial this in. And here our second 16. It says bar 1, step 17. This is step 17 in this case, bar 1. We dial it back, bar 1, step 1. So here we are in the second 17. We can add some, can double those up if you had any inclination. I don't. So let's dial back and we'll turn our resolution back to 16th notes. Okay, this resolution goes from 192nd notes, very fast as you can see, to 12 bar resolution, very slow. And 16th notes being right in the middle. Number of bars goes from 1 up to 16. So you have a very flexible situation here to adjust the timing and the offset and the polyrhythmic kind of feel for this thing. Alright, so let's 8th notes, number of bars. Now we're kind of slow. Turn those hi-hats off. One other thing we can do with the beat matrix, as in any other track when you're in Spectralis, is the mixing desk. So for any of these tracks, you can adjust volume, panning, and effects send. So let's go to volume, turn the volume for the kick down. To really fine-tune your mix. That affects all of them. Panning the same way, effects send as well. We'll put the effects send on and we'll bring it up for the snare. So there you go. Those are the basic controls of the beat matrix in Spectralis. Very flexible and adaptable to almost any situation you might want to create. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.